Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to our presentation, Google and Emotional Intelligence. And I'm Ashish Kumar. I'm working as a customer relationship manager at a fuel station. I also had the previous experience to work with IBM. I'm here with my team members, Steve More, Geneva Daly, and Mel Andrews. And now they all are going to introduce themselves. First, start with Steve.
Thanks, Ashish. I'm Steve Moore. I work as New South Wales Program Director for High Results, an educational initiative that develops global competencies in young people. And through my work, I see the benefits every day of developing emotional intelligence and to be successful both in the workplace and in life.
Now, Jen.
Hi there, my name is Jen Daly. I work as a clinical nurse consultant for a sexual assault service in the Northern Territory. I see emotional intelligence having a big impact on burnout and prevention of burnout in a very, what can be a very challenging area of work.
And now last, Mel Andrews.
Hi, I'm Mel Andrews and I work as a business manager in the finance industry. I have 12 years experience working for one of Australia's big four banks and have experienced firsthand the benefits and pitfalls of emotional intelligence in the workplace.
Yeah, thank you. Now we are going to look at the different aspects of the Google and emotional intelligence. Why we choose Google and emotional intelligence? Google believes that focusing on mindfulness and emotional intelligence, employees and the organization gain three things. First, greater leadership capacity. Second, improve collaboration and performance. And third, enhances well-being and resilience. Now, in the greater leadership capacity, it increases the effectiveness, decision-making capacity, and the ability to create positive culture. In the improved collaboration, it enhances the greater focus, working memory, and executive functions, and encourages the relationship between the employees. And now the third one, enhances well-being and resilience. It improves the emotional resilience, stress management, happiness, and job satisfaction. It minimizes the stress symptoms and sick days. Now we are going to further discuss about the benefits of emotional intelligence into practice. We will also discuss three case studies which will show us the results of including emotional intelligence into organization.
Welcome to our presentation on emotional intelligence and the international IoT company Google. This 5-minute presentation will provide an overview of the important role emotional intelligence, or EI, plays in successful global business leadership and how implementation of Google's Search Inside Yourself program has ensured competitive advantage for this progressive IT company. Group participants include Mel Andrews, myself, Genevieve Daly, Steve Moore, and Ashish Kumar. Current business literature continues to grow in the area of emotional intelligence and the role it plays in organisational leadership. While discussion abounds regarding whether EI is another label for interpersonal or social intelligence, researchers and business leaders alike agree that the definition for EI broadly explores an individual's ability to express, understand, and reason with emotion. Alongside this growing body of literature supporting the influence of EI on job performance is the increasing number of tools used to measure emotional intelligence. So what does this all mean? Researchers conclude that mental acumen, or IQ, is responsible for between 10 to 20% of work-life success, and that the remainder is determined by emotional intelligence. This is especially true for positions that require high levels of social interaction and the use of interpersonal skills. Having an extensive understanding of the role that EI plays is essential for succession planning, goal setting, and talent development in any global organisation.
Nathan 2015 explains our ability to be attuned to others is hardwired in the brain. The emotional state and words used by one person impacts another at the level of their neurology. Neuroscience reinforces the criticality for leaders to develop EI if they wish to retain their organisation's talent, be competitive, and tap into their workforce's heart and mind. Emotionally intelligent leaders focus on building an inclusive environment where their employees feel safe and appreciated, thereby completely participating in solving business problems. Claire 2014 explains when leaders are unable to read their colleagues and respond accordingly to the emotional mood around them, they leave their people feeling confused and disengaged. This leads to emotionally toxic environments where those who dominate are hurt and the rest of the team withdraw their emotional and cognitive contributions. In the case of Google, Tim 2010 highlights Google believe by creating a company of emotionally intelligent workers, the organisation will be more effective, driving greater profitability. So strongly did Google believe this, they have created a specific role, the head of personal growth, to implement it. Choudhary Tang holds this role and is the creator of Google's internal leadership development program, Search Inside Yourself, which we will explore shortly. Tan is hopeful that Google can demonstrate that having a workforce competent in the practice of compassion and mindfulness, underpinned by EI, will directly correlate to a highly profitable global business.
I will now give an overview of Search Inside Yourself, a program incorporating EI developed at Google. Search Inside Yourself is a leadership development program developed by Google, incorporating neuroscience, emotional intelligence, and mindfulness meditation. This is a great example of how Google embraces EI, since the essential structure of the program uses the 5 components of EI: self-regulation, self-awareness, motivation, empathy, and social skills. The program is based on the belief that EI in the workplace is more important than having a high IQ. It's designed to improve how staff work with each other by boosting personal focus and productivity to help people control how they work. The program also covers all dimensions of Goleman's EQ model. Through mindfulness meditation practices, self-awareness is developed, especially with regard to distracting influences, such as email and social media. Self-management is enhanced through techniques to stop mind wandering. Empathy and social awareness are developed through a focus on altruism and compassion. And improved productivity and more effective communication result in overall more effective relationship management within teams. The program has now been run for over 2,000 Google engineers, and it has also been adopted by many of the world's leading companies. It has also spawned a best-selling book by the program's creator, Google engineer Choudhary Tang.
In 2006, Google engineer Choudhary Tang decided to make a program that would prepare individuals to be more careful in their lives. The program called Search Inside Yourself was started in 2007. It was basically a 2-day course was taught to Google in 2007. In Search Inside Yourself, Google teaches the attention training, the self-knowledge, and the creating mental habits. For instance, there is a mental habit for kindness of taking a look at each individual your experience. The individual need to be happy. Once it turns your habit, it will affect on the company and the organization. Emotional intelligence is easily if it's considered, it's just easily fall into place. Emotional intelligence skills support collaboration, more open communication, more transparency, and less posturing, less ego, and more people working for the greater good and for the purpose of organization successfully. Now I present you Jen to further talk about her research.
Hello everyone. Now I'd like to talk through a case study demonstrating emotional intelligence and leadership capacity. So working in a busy not-for-profit organisation with demanding stakeholders, restrictive budgets and increasing workloads can be challenging. Picture this: you're a middle manager and have worked for the organisation for 12 months. Recently you notice the pressure has been affecting one of your colleagues, someone who has worked in the sector for many years. Initially, it was smaller issues like ignoring instructions and delaying completion of tasks. But lately, there was a major issue with budget allocation, and due to a stock-taking error, there is a deficit of over $15,000. You're aware this major oversight is the responsibility of your team member, and that it is unlikely they will step forward and claim responsibility for the mistake. This means it is likely you will be reprimanded in their place. How would you manage this situation? Let's talk through our options. So as you can see, this is only 3 of the options you have available to you. There's probably many more. But when faced with a colleague that is having a difficult time, understanding your emotional response to the situation can aid you in finding the best way forward to benefit the individuals involved and the organisation as a whole. So your options include calling the colleague into your office, demanding they come forward and acknowledge their error. You could email all the team members and upper management naming your colleague as the person responsible, or gather all the information and arrange a team meeting to solve the problem. This option 3 shifts from trying to allocate blame to taking a problem-solving, solution-focused approach, and this can benefit the organisational culture in the long term. So following the meeting you've called, your colleague approaches you and lets you know that he takes full responsibility and will work hard to rectify the issue. Your colleague also discloses that his youngest daughter has been in trouble recently and it has put a lot of strain on the family. They've decided to seek counselling, but he has really appreciated your understanding in this really difficult time. So as you can see, choosing option 3 is at a good outcome, and you have used the skills present in emotional intelligence including self-awareness, compassion, and the ability to manage emotions in yourself and others. This is a very good result obtained by just taking a step back.
For our second case study, I'm going to walk you through a real situation faced recently by Google and the actions they took. Earlier this year, a Google employee wrote a 10-page memo which he circulated internally within the company, criticising Google's diversity policies. The employee and engineer claimed women were unsuited to work in the tech industry as they are more focused on feelings and more interested in people rather than things, that women are more agreeable and neurotic and less assertive than men. The engineer implies that women have stronger interpersonal and emotional intelligence skills than men, and these skills are not required in a tech role. He goes on to state that men, on the other hand, are more interested in things and are more effective in analysing and constructing, which is the core requirement of a tech role. The employee ultimately accuses Google of having discriminatory diversity policies based on false assumptions generated by our biases, suggesting that Google's diversity policies can actually increase gender tensions. So you may be wondering how this links to collaboration and performance, and you may also be wondering what Google did in response to the memo. Well, Google fired the engineer, stating that the memo advanced incorrect assumptions about gender. Danielle Brown, Google's VP of Diversity, Integrity and Governance, said that Google is unequivocal in our belief that diversity and inclusion are critical to our success as a company. Google not only argues against the gender bias, but importantly the need for emotionally intelligent workers as a key requirement for success, particularly the skills of collaboration, empathy, and strong communication. The article written by Miller 2017 for the New York Times goes on to argue that the stereotype outlined in the memo has negative impacts on talent attraction for both sexes in the tech industry. It can create dysfunctional teams and products that perform poorly compared to their competition. EI is required to understand consumers' wants. Without it, products will be flawed, directly impacting the bottom line. Not only is empathy crucial for Google's ongoing business success, equally is collaboration. With unknown numbers of coders working on the same code, collaboration is essential to ensure the products work flawlessly. Claire et al. 2014 suggests leaders of every level must have sound EI. Lack of empathy towards team members can impact on motivation and commitment, can create a culture where employees do not feel heard and valued, and where key relationships break down. Without the skills to demonstrate care in building strong relationships, leaders lose their ability to persuade and engage their teams toward delivering on the goal, which in turn drives business success. Lastly, EI is a skill that can be developed no matter who you are. Navin 2015 explains the research of neuroscientist Ramachandran in 2010. There are parts of the mirror neuron system that are designed to mirror other people's motor skills, and there are mirror neurons that activate when we see someone being impacted by an emotional experience. It's the brain activity that scientists believe gives us our ability to be empathetic. In a business context, scientists have discovered that significant company emotions are conveyed by leaders cascaded down and throughout the organisation by the mirror neuron system. Navin concludes that our ability to be attuned to others is both a cognitive process and a hardwired brain activity.
Our third case study is on well-being, resilience, and mindfulness. One of the aims of the Search Inside Yourself program is to improve levels of emotional intelligence in the workplace. A key way the program achieves this is through guided mindfulness meditation sessions. I'd now like to take you through a brief guided mindfulness meditation session to give you a sense of what this experience is like for participants on the Search Inside Yourself program. This is based on a session presented by Search Inside Yourself CEO, Mark Lesser. For anyone watching and listening to this video, I'd strongly suggest you participate fully in the meditation by closing your eyes and giving it your full attention, since it is the experience of the meditation that we are trying to convey in this part of the presentation. So we'll now begin the guided meditation. So please close your eyes. Sit down on your chair or a cushion and notice the body. What does it feel like to be sitting? What does it feel like to be here? Can you bring a sense of being completely alert and completely relaxed at the same time? Gently bring your attention to the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Can you notice where your exhale ends and your inhale begins? Allow yourself to focus your attention on your breath entering and leaving your body. becoming aware of your breath, becoming aware of your body, noticing, opening to whatever might be happening. Include everything, the light in the room, any sounds, any sensations. Just allowing yourself to stay with the breath and with the body. Relaxing your jaw, relaxing the muscles in your face. Feel how the breath influences the entire body. Simply be completely here, alert and relaxed. Notice your thinking mind. What is happening with your thoughts? Not trying to stop thinking, just noticing if your mind is calm or busy. Just being completely curious about body, breath, thinking. Now shift your attention to your feelings. Just checking in with what you are feeling right now. Just be curious. What is it like to be here, to be alive? Can you be curious? Can you be alert? Can you appreciate whatever might be happening? Perhaps seeing this practice as cultivating curiosity and cultivating appreciation. Checking in with your heart, whatever that might mean to you. Connect with your deepest aspirations. What is in your heart right now? Can you notice allowing for whatever might be there? And gently shifting attention back to the breath, back to the body. Letting go of needing to do anything or accomplish anything. Simply being here. And when you're ready, just open your eyes again. So it'd be great to hear from people their experience of that guided meditation.
Thanks for that, Steve. That was great. It's really easy to become very distracted, especially sitting in front of the computer. So having you talk through it and it being a guided meditation was really useful for bringing you back.
Great.
Yeah, I found it really interesting at how aware I became of the multiple things that were running through my head, and just starting to control that and calm that down was quite interesting.
Great, thanks.
And I found it very much relaxing. I'm too much relaxed.
Great. Well, hopefully that gives a bit of a sense of why Search Inside Yourself and Google run these sessions then, just to help people get in touch with the various elements of their body and their feelings, and help build emotional intelligence.
The above discussed case studies have given us a lot of information on the benefits of emotional intelligence and what tools the companies use to ensure they are getting the most out of it. We also talked about the links between emotional intelligence and neuroscience, and how a rich emotional intelligence environment benefits the organization. Moreover, we looked at the results of survey conducted for Google SIY training in Australian show. The above information has helped us to understand why it is important to include emotional intelligence in work practices and what benefits we can receive. Also, Google described the benefits of emotional intelligence as it explained the emotional intelligence help employees to have more open conversation with other employees. It also helps, one of the employees shared his view on the emotional intelligence as follows. He said that it's about becoming more aware and the capacity to recognize yourself. Whenever I am confronted, I am becoming clearer in what's happening and how I want to respond. Thank you for watching.